Junker Queen is one of the most out-of-place heroes I could think of in the Overwatch 2 hero roster. This character feels lacking in almost every category of what defines a tank. I'm convinced this is actually a DPS hero, because she doesn't have a shield, nor does she have the mobility to be a dive tank, and neither does she have the health to tank in a consistent team fight. There are a lot of complaints I have about Junker Queen, but instead let's talk about the big bet that Blizzard is making to save this hero from being unplayable as a tank in higher competitive ranks. Blizzard is betting on Adrenaline Rush, which is her passive ability that allows her to heal when bleed damage is inflicted towards enemies. This perk was pretty underwhelming before, however, it's been mega buffed by the devs. It now provides healing for the remaining damage left over after an enemy has died to wound damage. Clearly, the devs at Blizzard are doubling down on her health upkeep and overall aggressiveness this patch. I think they realize that her sustain in an actual team fight is pretty low as a tank, without many defensive abilities of course. But will this be enough to bring Junker Queen into the current tank meta? Well, let's find out.
They also have a queen. Snag you over here. We can kill the queen. Oh, I didn't even mean to hit her. I know she's mad about that. Oh crap, we might die. No, we got godlike healers. Cool. Their Zen is overextending. That's a nanoed queen. That's okay. You could do that. You have nobody to push up with you. Yep. And then you... they're leaving. Nice. That's not too bad. That's 11 and 0. The healing is not much though. Oh, I got queen. Pull you a little bit, and then knife you. And Sim is definitely dead. Lucio is gonna bleed to death, hopefully. I hope you bleed it. Yep, you're bleeding and you're dead. Oh no, they're going up top. They're going up in rounds. He's antsy. Nice. I think that was a 2-for-1 with the, yeah, that was only a 4-second carnage cooldown. That was 2-for-1. Nice. That's everyone. Okay, and Kiriko cleanses everything. Cool, my ult's useless. So I thought they were going to double down on the healing, to be honest with you. I have 4k damage, 19 kills, 0 deaths, and only 500 healing. And let's just not talk about the mitigation for a second. I have only 500 healing. Let that sink in. I get that I'm not a healer, but when you have somebody like Roadhog healing, or like Soldier type healing, the healing I'm doing as Queen is pretty much nothing. 500 is really nothing when you compare it to anybody else in the game that can self-heal. This feels kinda disrespectful as a tank player. Like, it's just, it's very annoying when you have other characters. I think the only way that they're gonna get this character right, because she's still, even with all these buffs, it feels like her defensive ability is terrible. She's an aggressive tank, and she doesn't even profit much from that, because as you can see, I only have 700 healing. That's not much profit from 6 minutes. Oh crap. And I only have that temporary health, which of course is not as strong as armor and doesn't regen like shield does. So it works completely different. I'm not benefiting much from the healing. I guess you could say the enemy team is, because that's 1300. They're probably hitting their knives a lot more than me, but okay, as you can see, I've taken some damage. And to heal, I need to cause bleeding. So of course, I'm gonna heal a little bit. Maybe kill that guy, maybe use Carnage to heal. Kill that guy, and then I gain a little bit of chunk of health. Right, but I have to do all this. I have to do all this bleeding, and then killing, and bleeding, and killing. It's basically just a cycle of bleeding and killing to heal. I have to do this little combo to heal. Meanwhile, if I just go on Roadhog here, I just press a button. Now that's balanced if I've ever heard of balanced. In short, her healing is not the highlight of this buff. I really thought it was going to be, because again, she has no defensive ability. If you even consider this defensive, I don't know what's wrong with you. Carnage is definitely the highlight of this. She bleeds everyone she touches with Carnage, and the cooldown goes down by 2 seconds. That's pretty good for her kit. I was really hoping she'd have more defensive capabilities though, because I thought that healing was gonna be her defensive capability, healing over time. However, that's completely out of the question here. It's not even part of the conversation. That is not that's not the primary buff I guess they were going for. They were going for supplemental healing with more damage to increase the use of Carnage and her bleed effect. If you're really aggressive, it works, but yeah, you can see I'm playing pretty aggressive. 26 kills, 2 deaths, but I do have a lot of damage. That's all the healing I'm doing. It's not much. I'm convinced that maybe you could play Reaper and get more healing that the Junker Queen is doing. I don't feel like there's a universe where I can play this character in comp. I don't see it. This is yeah, I just don't like this kit overall. It's a really bad kit. If you're gonna do damage over time, I feel like you need to do a lot more damage than characters that do damage instantly. If you're gonna have characters that do instant hit scan damage and do a lot of it, make the damage over time a little higher, because obviously you have to wait a few seconds for it, and this really is not doing much. It's not that good. Let's be honest. This is definitely a specialty character, I will say that. Doesn't feel like a tank to me. It's a specialty character, but I'm gonna try my hardest to be a tank. I don't exactly know what I'm tanking right now. I got one. No, I have no abilities, guys. No, I have no abilities. Alright, let's see the stats. 36 and 3, 10k damage, only 1400 healing, and 3000 mitigated. Yeah. Nah, I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it for being a tank. I'm really not. This right here is the highlight for sure. This does more damage over time, which means more healing, I guess, but the healing is still pretty low. Carnage is the main thing here. I really thought it was gonna be adrenaline, but who knew? Who knew? Again, she just doesn't fit in a defensive role in any manner. She just doesn't fit in a defensive role. She's like a worst Roadhog. She's literally just a worst Roadhog, dude. You can see how much I'm dominating, and it doesn't feel great. I honestly to hell feel like a DPS. 7k damage, 29 kills, 2 deaths, and 800 healing. Garbage. Like I said, she's a Dollar Tree Roadhog, dollar store Roadhog, whatever you want to call her. Discount Roadhog. This character is that. I would not use this character in competitive, but I feel like I am playing like an above average player right. My hours clearly don't stand very well with Junker Queen. Yeah, no, I don't think I'm going to be playing her too often. It doesn't feel like I can tank much. Feels like I'm a DPS character, so yeah, I mean, Carnage is good. That's that's about it, I guess. I mean, it definitely makes her a little better. I would give this maybe a 5 out of 10. I mean, they didn't improve on her defensive capabilities. They just made her more aggressive. I get that's what they're going for, but she definitely needs defensive capabilities to be considered in the tank category. Like, what am I playing right now?